Hey everybody, Mark London here from Penn West. Thank you for coming today. I'm looking forward to having a fun roundtable discussion about this new technology. I went to OpenAI.com's website and I saw they have a lot of descriptions now about their latest and greatest, the GPT-4 most advanced system. And I highly recommend checking it out because if you thought 3 was good, this thing is amazing. All right. Currently, it's only available to people who are on our developers. So you have to sign up for their list. Now, here's where I think this technology really has a great utility in education. And here's a classic example of it. I just signed up for this thing, right? And it asked for what is my organization ID? And it said, oh, your organization ID can be found in your API account settings to grant access. Okay. I know that API stands for Application Program Interface, but in this case, I was like, wait a minute. Is this like something I gotta get from Penn West, my university? God forbid. What is it? And then, of course, finally, like an idiot, I finally click it and I go, organization ID, put it in. Nevertheless, being the dork that I am, I thought to myself, well, wait a minute, here's a great opportunity. I went to ChatGPT and I said, teach me about API organization codes. Okay. It then went ahead and gave me what they actually do. Consistent naming conventions, clear documentations, versioning, security, testing, and monitoring. This is basically like if you're a business student and you need to understand about technology, this is like what C-suite people should know. It's kind of like what an accounting professor of mine once taught us. At the end of the semester, you will not know enough about accounting to be accountants, but you will know enough to know if your accountant is lying to you. All right? So then I thought to myself, okay, well, this is great, but I teach a business intro class. A lot of students I'm getting are some of the students of people in this room today. And I asked the next question that I'm preparing material for this intro class. What are the main financial statements of a publicly traded firm? How do they impact one another, and what is the purpose of the statements? What can you tell me about a firm from these statements? The reason I asked this then is because as I'm reading this, clear documentation, consistent naming conventions, versioning, security, testing, and monitoring, all of those aspects are the same things you have in financial statements. So I thought to myself, well, gee, if you had to explain computer science to business stuff, and vice versa, these would be great analogies back and forth. So, I went ahead and did this, and I described a role, okay, and it came up with something which, quite frankly, since I'm not a computer science person, I still need to check with folks. And there are people in this room who are both finance professors and also computer programmers. They can tell me how thin I can make this analogy. But I think even as an assignment for my students, that could be good of saying, okay, here's the new business concepts in terms of your own major or area of interest. Give me analogies. Because I personally believe that the best way to learn something is by teaching it. And so you teach it to yourself. So a big concern of this OpenAI, which I think is huge red herring, is that, plagiarism, ethical considerations, what about AI? No. If I were to assign this as an assignment, I would say, okay, comp sci students who are in my intro to business class, okay, explain financial statements in what the heck they mean in terms of, say, API, okay? And then like verse of application program interfaces, or explain it in computer science terms. Because if they do this, I know they actually got it.